Hi everyone, I'm Grahtles, and welcome to a new episode of City Skylines. This is Williamsburg, and Williamsburg is the new series I started, and it is a no-highway city that is very train intense. So you may have noticed that the catenaries on the railroad tracks are gone, and I got some new train assets coming in. So I was in my Discord that I share with 5 other content creators, and I was talking to one of my subscribers, and he had mentioned about using the network skins to take off the catenaries. So he showed me how to do that, and I went to upgrade all the tracks. Problem is, once you do that, you start paying for all the tracks. So I went out of map, and I went into map editor, and I deleted all the catenaries, and we had already started our first episode. So I was talking to Raid Kitty, and Raid Kitty suggested that I use the import-export in MoveIt to export what we did and put it into a new save. So I did just that, and everything worked out quite nicely. So I exported our area that we made here and our farm. This I didn't have to because I knew what we had in here. And I opened up a new game, and it was a success. So we don't have the catenaries anymore. The cargo doesn't hit it. I have this beautiful Union Pacific cargo train that comes through. I have some Amtrak trains that are for our passengers, and it looks beautiful. So I did say in our last episode that we would go in and detail this, but I think we're going to go and do something else, and I'm going to save the detailing for probably a live session in our Discord. So if you want to be involved with the Discord, I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can come hang out with us and do some detailing. Today's episode, I think we're going to come over here, and I did mention that we were not going to use any DLC farming or forestry, and that may have been a little bit of a lie. Not exactly. So I did not intend on wanting to use the DLCs because of the issues that came up in our no highway city. But I thought, let's give it a go. If it doesn't work, then we can go back to some base game farming. So I think what we're going to do today is convert this base game and make a nice farming area over in here, and maybe just a small little community in here of people that would work in our farm. And yeah, let's go ahead, jump in, and get started. So the first thing I want to do is I do want to jump in. I want to go into policies. I never put on the recycling plastics. And I also wanted to go into city planning and encourage biking. Where is it? There we go, right here. Next, I did not put a ban on cars on this road, so I'm going to quickly do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that we have that done, let's go ahead and start converting the space game farming into some industry farming. So I'm going to come over to here, and I'm just going to start by putting in some roads. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and get the main farmhouse. And let's paint the area. Let's go ahead and bring some electric to them. Let's come back in and grab some roads, and we'll just add a few into here. Next, let's go into our workers' barracks and our maintenance buildings. Next, I'm going to go back into the roads. I'm just going to take this down straight and just come across. Like that. I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna move this building right to the edge here, move this one to the edge here, and maybe grab a third building. So next I'm gonna add a couple more roads. Next, let's start adding some crops. Next, I'm just going to grab a walking path. Next, let's go in and grab the large fruit fields. Alright, so as you can see, we are spending a ton of money. I am hoping to make that back rather quickly, but we'll see what happens. Let's come down over to here. We're going to go ahead and grab some of the processing buildings, and I think we'll leave the animal farms off for now. So let's go in and grab the flour mill for now, and let's grab the silo. Next, I'm going to grab the large barn and put it right next to the main house. Now, I have to be careful. This barn will cause a lot of problems because of storage. Storage is a main issue with traffic, but I think we'll be okay for a little while. Alright, let's let this run. I'm going to put it on 3 speed, and hopefully we'll start catching up on some money. So over in here, I think what we're going to do is put a nice small little neighborhood just for these farmers over in here. We could actually put them down over in here. That actually might make a little bit more sense, just because their land value will be a lot more on the water. So right in here, we'll definitely have a much better land value, and it kind of keeps it separate from this neighborhood here. So let's go ahead and start building a neighborhood. Next, let's check on the water. So we're definitely going to need some water down here. Let's go ahead and add some fire and police down in here as well. Another thing we're going to need is some medical. And let's start adding some people. So now I know this needs electric, but we're going to fill in some of these houses, and hopefully we can draw some electric off of here. Alright, there we go, our electric spread. Let's go ahead and put a little district on here. And let's go ahead and district this as well. Let's go ahead and dezone all this industry. And we can delete all these roads. Next, let's go ahead and grab this tennis court and relocate it. I'm going to do the same with the plaza. Let's go ahead and get a little school going in here for them. I think we'll go with the European one. It just has an older look to it, and it has the nice hedges behind it. which I think looks really good, and they're looking right onto the water. Let's go ahead and keep zoning because we do have a huge demand. Let's go back into our parks. And let's just see if we can add a nice small little playground somewhere maybe around here. Maybe, you know what? I think we're going to put it around here. I think that'll serve the residents just a little bit better. We do have a big demand for commercial. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And we'll put in some commercial in here. Now, as you can see, we're taking a pretty nice blow to the budget due to the expense of this farm. But overall, I think we'll make it back eventually. Let's get rid of these electrical lines. And let's take a look at the traffic coming in. I am thinking, let's see. So the only way for these people that work in the farming industry is to really come in through here. Let's see if we can give them a little bit better of a way so they can maybe come around the coast more. I don't know. Maybe they could shortcut it. Let's see. Next, I'm just going to go into our traffic routes, our junctions, and shut off any lights that we have. Alright, so in order for a lot of these people to get to their new home, they are walking it, and it's quite a distance. So why don't we put a walking path that comes through and comes right into here? Alright, there we go. They're taking the bridge over, which is super nice, and coming through here. Now we do have a lot of traffic coming through here, so I might lift this up and over to get them over into here a lot easier. So let's see if we could take a path maybe from here. Alright, let's come in and check the slopes and make them a little bit better. Well, I would say our walking path is a huge success. Look at all these people going to work. It is really working out really nicely. We have a ton of people going back and forth. So that is great. Let's go back in here and see how our demands are. I think we can fill out a little bit more of the residential, a little bit more commercial, and possibly add to our farm. Alright, now that our demand for our farm is up just a little bit, let's go ahead back into roads and put down another road. And let's go ahead into our industry and put down some of the animal pastures. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add in a milking parlor and a cattle shed. Now, as you can see, we're having some parking on here. I don't want the parking. So let's give them some parking lots, so this way they can park their cars in the parking lots. Alright, now we're back to a nice even demand here, which is really nice to see. I think we're making our money now pretty nicely. Hopefully that'll start going up quite a bit. Let's take a quick peek in on our traffic. I think what we may do is make this a one-way. They're coming into the train station and turning around. I don't want them to do that, so let's go ahead and upgrade this to a one-way. And I think we're going to leave this episode off here. So, like I said in the beginning, we do have some detailing to do in both areas. I think we could do a lot of detailing, but I think I'm going to leave that for a live stream in my Discord. And if you want to be a part, come join us. The more the merrier. And I do love the input that I get. That's what I always loved about live streams on YouTube, is the input. But coming onto Discord, you could just shout it out. You could just say what you want. It's less frustrating sometimes. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Come check it out. Yeah, so I hope to see you there. And I think we're going to leave this off in another train follow. I think it'll be nice to actually follow one of the trains going around instead of actually being in first-person camera, because you'll get to see the train better. I think it'll be nice. And as always, if you like my content, you want to see more, please click the like button, subscribe, comment, share, do all those good things, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.